Okay, 6 p.m. So let's start. Can you guys hear me, everyone?
Yeah.
Great. So hello, everyone. Welcome to Honor Ask Me Anything About HMS. Thanks so much for being here today. I'm Ornella. I will be your host. I'm in charge of the Honor community for the Western Europe region. And today with me, we have our HMS expert. We have Randy and Turup and many Honor fans from all Europe. Welcome, everyone. Today, our HMS workshop will be divided in two parts. In the first part, Randy and Turo will share the latest news about the HMS and answer to the most common question on the HMS we receive via Honor community. In the second part, we are very happy to invite you guys to share your experience with the HMS devices, discuss your journey with the HMS products, and also ask any other question you might have at the end of this live stream. To start with, I would like to formally introduce our expert. We have Randy, Senior Product Manager and Solution Engineer from HMS Core Product Department, responsible for providing HMS integration solution to developers in Europe and Russia. And we have Turov, Business Developer Director for the App Gallery and responsible for app developers relationship, especially with the gaming and mobility apps. A warm welcome to you both, and thanks for joining us, guys. Now we can start with our first speaker, Randy.
Hello, everyone. So I will share my screen. Okay. Okay. So let's start our topic today. Hello, everyone. My name is Randy, and I'm the Senior Product Manager and Solution Engineer from HMS Core Product Department. Today, I will share some information about HMS Core and how HMS Core facilitates efficient development, fast growth, and flexible monetization. Some new friends here today may ask what HMS is. HMS means HUAWEI Mobile Service. Because Google Mobile Service is no longer available on the latest HUAWEI devices, we built our own HUAWEI Mobile Service to keep supporting developers and users who are using HUAWEI devices. HMS is not only for smartphones, but also for other smart devices. We all know that HUAWEI devices have great shipments, market share, and millions of users. So we hope to build our HMS ecosystem and provide a full scenario and high quality experience for millions of developers and users worldwide. And HMS Core is one of the most important parts in HMS ecosystem. Comparing with other mobile ecosystem, the capability HMS Core provides are not only about OS and cloud, but also about hardware and chipsets. So we can say HMS Core provides the open chipset, device, and cloud capabilities for our developers. With the support of our partners and developers, our HMS ecosystem has been accepted by more and more people. And HMS ecosystem has grown rapidly. In the last year, our registered developers worldwide has increased by 98%. Apps integrated with HMS Core has increased by 123%. Global apps except China released on App Gallery has increased by 771%. And especially some HMS Core kits have been very popular, and the number of global apps except China integrated with HMS Core kits increases very quickly. We thank you for everyone's trust and support. And with the release of HMS Core version 5, we open capabilities and development tools in 7 areas. These capabilities have been accumulated for many years in HUAWEI internal, and they can fully cover the needs of developers in all areas and industries. Our service about app service, graphics, smart device, and so on can help developers build apps quickly. and connect users more efficiently and continue to enhance apps value. And our services about security can help developers build secure apps. Our AI service can help developers quickly innovate and create smarter applications. So we can say all of our services are based on the goal of constantly providing developers with advanced open capabilities and creating better user experience and innovative value for customers. In the area of app service, our account kit allows users to use Huawei account as a third-party account to log in apps conveniently and securely. It supports kinds of device types, including smartphones, pads, smart screens, and so on. And our account service can cover over 190 countries and regions. At the same time, we totally comply GDPR and protect users' privacy. Currently, we have more than 19,000 apps with account kit globally. And about geography service, our location kit, map kit, and site kit can provide comprehensive capabilities for developers, including real-time path planning, location search, and high-precision locating, especially our Super GNSS service in Location Kit. It can provide the very accurate location service for map apps and taxi apps with very low latency. So many famous apps like Bolt in Europe have already integrated our map kit and location kit. And about scan kit, we optimize the algorithm based on our AI capabilities, and our scan kit can support long-distance code recognition and also can be from any angle. And with the accurate code scanning, we also consider about reducing responding time at the same time. After testing, the speed of code scanning by using our scan kit increases by 33% comparing with the traditional way. And with the combination of push kit, DTM, and analytics kit, developers can implement flexible tag configuration without coding. After events logging to Huawei analysis platform, operation engineers can implement effective analysis with 12 intelligent analysis models and know what their users like. And with push kits, developers can implement accurate push to their target users and accelerate users growth and accelerate user growth more easily and efficiently. With IEP and developers, developers can quickly access high rich payment channels and multiple payment methods. And developers don't need to pay attention to the payment details and order management. All the complicated parts can be handled by IEP. And by integrating AdKit, users can have a consistent advertising experience for matching apps, and developers can enjoy the revenue brought by the plenty of high-quality advertisers on Huawei Ads platform. And about our ML Kit, it provides multiple capabilities from several areas of text, image, language, face and body, and custom model. And the advantages of ML Kit are that it can support all Android devices with ARM architecture, and all these features can provide globally. We provide ML Kit demo on our official website and welcome everyone to download it on your cell phone and try to see how our AI capabilities are. And with the HMS Core Sync Kit and AI engine, developers can merge the virtual world with the real world in applications. Our Sync Kit provides high-performance 3D rendering engine with easy integration and low power consumption. And with AI engine, your apps will have the advanced capabilities of body tracking, motion tracking, and environment tracing. These capabilities can be used on 3D goods display like this, and also on maybe AR maps, AR games, on 3D emoji in social communication apps, and lots of developers, including map developers, shopping developers, social communication developers, education developers, and so on, have already cooperated with us about these scenarios based on our capabilities. And also, HMS Core cooperates with many other partners and provides comprehensive service for developers worldwide. With global developers and partners, we hope to build a new for scenario smart ecosystem with you together. Thank you.
Thanks, Randy, for sharing the latest update on HMS Core Kit. I hope you guys enjoyed. Now, we would like to move to some questions we received via our community in the past days. Before we start, I want to mention that due to limited time, we will not be able to cover all the questions we received, but we will make sure that we will be answering in the next days everything via our community. The first question is for our expert, Turov, and it's about the Huawei ecosystem and the connectivity among multiple devices like TV, wearable, Wi-Fi routers, smartphone. As you all know, Huawei and HONOR are building such an ecosystem nowadays. So the question is, what's the biggest challenge you have met in this process, and how did you incentivize apps developers to join the HMS ecosystem?
Thank you for the question. So this is a really good, a very central question to what we do. This is what the team I'm in are doing all day. You're quite correct that there is one big challenge here, and it can be summed up as the chicken and egg problem, or put another way, it's like timing. We have two sides. We have the app developers and we have the consumers. And both of these, they have a bit of an incentive to wait for the other side to come on board first. So the consumers are waiting for all of the app developers to come on board, while all of the app developers are waiting for all the consumers to come on board. Luckily for us, we have a few unique advantages here at Huawei that has helped us get past this and really get started very, very quickly. On the one side, we already have an installed base. We have millions and millions, hundreds of millions of users already on our phones. And the phones are still Android phones. As you can see, if we look at it from the app developer's point of view, Huawei just became the number one global vendor of smartphones. No one is bigger than us. From their point of view, again, it's still an Android ecosystem, so there are very small changes, if any. For some apps, there are no changes needed, and for others, there are very small changes needed so that it will work on our phones. If we look at it from the consumer's point of view, again, it is still an Android phone, which means that lots and lots, actually most of your apps will still be running. So therefore, we have managed to grow both of these together. As we can see, in our market share is growing very quickly for these new HUAWEI Mobile HMS phones, and the apps are getting on board, frankly, much faster than I expected us to get them on board, the app gallery. I hope that answers it.
Thank you so much, Turo, for your answer. So now we have another one for Randy. So Randy, is it possible to build in some kind of function in HMS that can automatically recognize when apps want to use GMS and then switch to the HMS equivalent? And also, what's the procedure for transferring HMS to other devices?
Actually, there's a function to help developers judge if GMS and HMS are available on the device. So developers can decide to call GMS or HMS based on this function. And also we provide a tool called HMS Toolkit. So it can help developers a lot for code conversion. And you can find more information about our HMS toolkit on our official website.
Okay. Thanks also for answering to the second question. Now we move back to Turov. We have another question for you. When will WideWide Level 3 with DRM be available via HMS Core?
As far as I know from checking with our guys here, it is already available. Since March 2020, with the EMUI version 10.0, we have support for the WideWine level 3. We also have for the developers who do not like to use WideWine, we also have, as part of our HUAWEI Mobile Services, we have our own version of DRM called WisePlay DRM, which has the equivalent services. And all of this really sums up to apps that show video on these devices. So, for instance, this is my own P40 phone. I'm a customer of Netflix, and here I'm starting up Netflix, and this means that a show here on these devices will be playing in HD. So there I just started Netflix and watching The Crown, I think, but it works really nicely. Yeah. I hope that answers it.
Thanks so much, Turf, also for bringing Netflix as a case. Now we move back to Randy. We have other two questions for you. So the first one is like follow. Is it complex process for developers to integrate and develop their apps via HMS Core?
Actually, the process is very easy. The development effort of integrating every kit is no more than 3-man day. And some developers even just spend 1 day finishing integrating a kit. And also, we provide a HMS toolkit we just mentioned about. We provide the HMS toolkit for you to make the process easier. So that's my answer. Thank you.
Great. So we hope that if we have some developers today in the call, you guys learn something more. Thanks to Randy's answer. And then the next one, is it possible to use the HUAWEI ID to access third-party apps, or it works only with the HUAWEI apps?
Our account kit can be used on HUAWEI devices and also on other devices. And the user can use HUAWEI ID as a third-party account to log in on developers' apps. Yeah.
Okay. So thanks, guys. Thanks, Randy, for answering to our fan question. Now we move to the last part of this live stream. We want to run a discussion with all of you. So I'm glad to invite our HMS testers, our HONOR fans, to speak and share their experience with the HMS devices. We know that some of you had the chance to test our HMS devices in the past month, so we really want to hear your experience so far. Please turn your microphone when it's your turn. We have approx 20 minutes, half an hour, so let's get started. I heard that Kevin wants to be the first. He prepared some questions. Kevin, are you there?
Yes, I'm here.
Hello.
Hello. For Randy. Hello.
Yeah,
Yes.
Hi, Kevin. Hi. I can hear you. Please go ahead.
Hello, can you hear me? Okay. Can HUAWEI Ads Kit be used by developers to monetize traffic? If yes, will this be a good alternative of Facebook ads and AdSense?
Actually, HMS Core Ads Kit can be used for developers to monetization, and many developers do get benefits from our ads platform. And we welcome developers to integrate our ads kit and use our ads platform. Yeah. And also, you told about alternative of Facebook ads and AdSense. So we will not say it is an alternative of any other ads platform. For developers, the more traffic, the better. So usually developers will choose multiple ads platforms, and it will help them monetization better. Yeah. Thanks.
Okay. For Torul, can we see app gallery on HONOR wearables on the smart TVs in future?
Yeah. So about the camera support, there's a camera engine in our HMS ecosystem, and you can find the relation information on our official website. And with integrating camera engine, capabilities of a Huawei cell phone camera can be involved in the app. The camera features like HDR, super night mode, and so on can help your users shoot fantastic images and videos anytime and anywhere. Thanks.
Okay, that's all.
Thanks, Kevin, for taking the first position. Now we can move to another team. We have many honor fans from Italy. Niccolo, since you're quite well known, do you want to start with your question or with your experience as well with the HMS devices? You can choose.
Hi, everybody. I'm Niccolo from Italy. I'm using Honor 9X Pro from about 6 months up, and I think to use a lot of the part of HMS ecosystem. But the question is, HMS Core, it will be available for all kinds of electronic devices from house, not also smartphone or little smart devices, but also electronic stuffs or infotainment in car, in order to interact with the smartphone to other objects, electronics, to have a big ecosystem of the life of the person.
So this is basically what we are calling the 1+8+N thing that Huawei is building out. The central thing is the smartphone, but then we are building out the 8, which are things we provide ourselves. So we have like AR, VR glasses, we have tablets, we have PCs, we have large screens like TV screens, watches, we have speakers, we have vehicle terminals like your car can run on our software, and we have headphones, earphones. And then we also want to connect them, as you know, we are market leaders with these Wi-Fi for your home, and through there we can connect it to the N, the myriad of all of the different devices that you might be having in your home, like vacuum cleaners and projectors and printers and cameras and all of this. So yes, we are working on.
It will be available for all brand or only for the Huawei Honor system. So can I interact with my smartphone by Huawei or Honor with other brand of electronic devices?
Yes. So the 1+8+N, especially this N part here, is not things we want to build ourselves. It is things we want to partner up with others.
And this is possible thanks to a partnership, particular partnership from Honor to other brand, or is the single brand have to develop the operating system using HMS Core?
We're partnering up with others, of course. We are. That's what my team here is doing.
Okay, thanks.
Thanks, Niccolo, for your question. Do we have anyone else from Team Italy that wants to share his experience? Mattia, are you ready?
Yes, okay, I try to explain. So I also am using Honor 9X Pro since some months, and I have to say that I see that week by week the app gallery is always populating more and more. So I'm really happy of this, even if there are some applications that are not working, but that are not present on app gallery and are not working by downloading the APK. So I'm waiting to have also this app because I see that there are a lot of users that, let's say, have a break on buying new phones with this uncertainty on the working or not of some apps. And this is what scares most people which are not of the brand, but also which are already with the brand, but a bit unsecure of the future of HMS.
Was there a specific question? You're quite correct. Yes, that we are expanding the ecosystem, and we are quickly getting the more and more apps on board. Depending on which country we have, some of them are already at 100% of their local top apps, while others are still building towards that. And a lot of the apps that are not yet on board our own app gallery, a lot of them you can find through third parties. So, for instance, I showed you I was running Netflix, but Netflix in particular I did not download from our app gallery, but rather through some third party. And together these can fulfill just about any app you can run.
Okay, thank you. So a little bit question. I don't know if it is out of topic, but relating to the question of this app and looking at the future, there will be another gap when passing to Harmony, or it is almost compatible. So there will not be any big gap for users to pass to the new ecosystem.
It will be easy for our HMS apps to be running on Harmony as well. There will not be any big gaps, as you say.
Okay, thank you.
Thanks, Mattia, also for your interest. We have other two members from the Italian team, InfoCell and Samuele96. Do you guys want to share your experience with the HMS devices?
I'm here.
Hello.
Hello. My name is Alessandro, and in Honor Club Italy, my name is InfoCell, and I use Honor 9X Pro and Honor 9R and Honor View 10 Lite. I have a question for HMS. Are HUAWEI programming an app similar and in the future better of Google Earth? I think at this question because a lot of HUAWEI mobile services are very interesting, but I'm not aware of a similar services.
So could you repeat? It's like the question is, do we have anything similar to Google Earth?
Yes, a program similar to Google Earth, but of HUAWEI.
We do have our own mapping software that we are just launching. That might be more similar to Google Maps than Google Earth, though we are fleshing it out. So it's the line between these two Google apps is it's not necessarily that clear where you draw the line. So we are absolutely building out mapping services, and we have a really good starting point that will only get better.
Okay, thanks.
Thanks, Alessandro, also for sharing your experience. We have Samuele.
Okay.
Hello.
Wait a moment. Okay, here I am. Hi everyone, I'm Samuele. I'm from Italy, okay, you know. And, I use Honor 9A, and my experience with HMS is very good because I found almost everything that I need. So I lost only McDonald's app. Okay, that's not important. Okay, then my question is. My question is about how much HMS programming interfaces are similar to Google's one. I mean, how much is easy or difficult to developers to convert their app to HMS? Because I think about something like a famous bank in Italy, Intesa San Paolo, you know, that works only with GMS, and someone has problems with it because it's difficult to buy an HMS smartphone when you have to pay with a bank that you can, with an app that you can install in your smartphone. So my question is how it's easy or difficult to convert that app, for example, or even more apps and so on.
It's pretty easy to convert an app. It usually takes a matter of a week or a few for one programmer to convert a GMS app, a Google app, into working on our HUAWEI phones, depending on what how it works. My personal bank up here in the Nordics. That app has not done anything to convert to us, but it works perfectly as far as I can see. I cannot see anything that does not work with that. So that's like directly would work.
Okay, thank you. I'm glad of it.
Yeah,
anything you want to add, Randy, from technical point of view?
Yes, as introduced before, we provide the HMS toolkit, and it can help you make the integration process more easier. And also, our kits are designed to be very easy for developers to integrate. So every kit of HMS core is no more than 3 man day for developers to integrate. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you.
Thanks, Samuele, for bringing this very hot topic to the call. Okay, now we move to Germany. We have Mark. He has been Honor fan since the very beginning. He has always question for us. Mark, do you have a question for us today?
Yes, of course. Yeah. Hello, everyone. Nice greetings from Germany to you all. Well, it's like most of Honor fans are gaming. So what will be HMS will do with the most gaming experience? Can we have an IE processor working? Is there something like IE battery section? What will be HMS does for gamers on Honor mobile phones?
Maybe I will share some experience at first, and about the experience in game apps. Actually, HMS Core version 5 provides sync kit and CG kit in the area of graphics, and this can provide the ability of professional graphics rendering and help developers build the 3D apps, especially 3D games. So user experience about game will be better by integrating our sync kit and CG kit about the 3D rendering part. Also, we have the AR engine, and users can have the experience about comparing virtual world and the real world in the AR game. Yeah.
Okay, and one question we got over Facebook all the time is, will there any time a moment where HMS supports the German Corona Warn app?
The what app?
The Corona Warning app from Germany. Because HMS not supported it. Will be there anytime one option?
Actually, we have some capabilities about it, and the capability is including our nearby service. So also we welcome developers to use our nearby service to protect our users from the viruses. Yeah, actually we have the capabilities, and lots of developers in other countries has used these capabilities in our nearby service, and we have the successful case about this part. So maybe we hope in the future some developers in German may also cooperate with us about this part.
Okay, thank you.
Thanks, Mark, for your questions.
You're welcome.
Alex, do you have also any question for our experts?
Actually, most of my questions were already answered, so thanks for that. But I wanted to tell something about my experiences so far. So like Turulf said already, it's still Android, so most of the apps were actually working. So I'm really glad that I could find this, and I think most users are really just concerned about getting the apps, and my experience so far was pretty well with this. So even if some apps like the German coronavirus tracing app is still not working, everything else that I'm using day to day is still working. So I'm really happy that you're working so hard on this and put so much effort on this. So yeah, that's what I wanted to say. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you.
Thanks for your experience. Then we have some fans from the UK. We got some questions also via chat. Sasko, do you want to start? Sasko? Can you hear me? I think you should unmute. Hello.
Hi. My name is Raz. I think I'll take over Sasko here.
Sure.
My question has been answered, but I've got one question for Randy and another for Turulf. First question is, every time when there's an update on a EMUI or the Magic update, why it is always the high-tier phone is prioritized, like the flagship phones always get the update earlier, then the other phone has to wait for a much more longer time to get the same software or operating system. Even in some case, the newer version of the phones get the update, but some phone has to wait for years to get the same update. Can it be cannot it be like within a few months you can roll out to the different version of the different phones? For Randy, and then Turf is that you already said that in some point our HMS core is going to transfer to Harmony OS. So will it be difficult for the other developer or the apps to be moved from Android to Harmony OS? Will it be difficult, or is we gonna have some trouble over there, or is going to be smooth from Android to Harmony OS? Thank you.
Okay. Randy, do you want to go first, or
maybe you can go first?
Okay. Yeah. So the answer on the an Android app working on one of our HMS phones here, we are absolutely working on making it very smooth and easy to have those running on Harmony as well. So that is clearly a top priority here, yes. And there are solutions for this. Could you repeat the question that for Randy?
Yeah, for the question for Randy is why it takes longer time to use like for example HUAWEI 10 for the lower range phones than having like a P40 Pro will get it on us day one, and then for example other phone will get it after maybe 2 years.
I have a theory I have a theory on this, and Randy can tell me then if I'm all off or not.
Yeah,
it's usually easier to get new versions of operating systems, have new bells and whistles, new fancy stuff. It's usually easier to get those working on the high-end devices that have a lot of processor capabilities and are really strong. While you need to do a lot of optimizations to get such things then working on cheaper phones that have a less memory and less capabilities on processors and GPU, CPU. That's my understanding of why. But over to you, Randy. Did I guess correctly or not?
Yeah, actually, you are correct. And I don't have much more information about this part. Sorry.
Yeah, no problem. Also, just one reminder, today the topic is more HMS, so we're not talking about the software update, but thanks for your answer, Randy and Turf. Okay, then we move to the next speaker. Hello.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes.
Hello, my name. Sorry. Crashed. My name's Lee. I'm known as Stop It on the HONOR UK community, and I was one of the original set of people who rejoined the community when it started again last year. And there wasn't a lot of and I developed a relationship with the old community team back then. Because of that, I now have in my possession, I'm talking to you on a Magic Book. I have a HONOR 9X Pro, an HONOR 20 Pro, an HONOR View 20, which I bought myself, and a HONOR 9. I've seen the good, the bad, and the ugly when it comes to and saw how it actually has progressed. It's just a bit of a shame that the 9X Pro is stuck on EMUI 9.1 because the gear in 8.10 pairing it deserves so much more, and EMUI 10.1 or Magic UI 3.1 that has so much more capabilities. Anyway, my questions are actually related to services from the app gallery and HMS itself. The first question is regarding premium apps and services. Now, one good thing about the app gallery is the ability for in-app purchases. I've used it for Asphalt 9 and it is absolutely. One of the things it's lacking, however, is premium pay to play games. So games like Grand Theft Auto 3, like Stardew Valley, pay for the service itself rather than paying when you get into the app. These are completely from the HMS system, and I've seen no indication as yet that such apps are going to be supported in the near future from your presentations or from any of the kit itself. Is there any plans to actually introduce such things? Because there is a large community of people who like to buy their games rather than just paying within them for certain parts of it. And also, if that is going to happen, would also a Google Play Pass style subscription service be on the cards later on? The second question is about how HMS interacts through the whole service. One of the things using a Google phone so easy is that you don't need to care about updates. Apps update automatically in the background. You don't need to do a thing. It's simple. On the app gallery side, of course, the apps that are on the app gallery update automatically. Great. However, with Petal Search, you can download apps. It has a list of updates. You have to go through all of them in turn. And there's no way of automating that system. You have to click install, like up to 50 times if you've got a big update run. Is there any plans for Search to be updated in the future for seamless updates for non-app gallery apps that were installed, that we can then just set it and forget it and know that we'll just versions whenever we go. Thank you.
All right, I believe those are for me. So first off, the premium apps, they are supported. They do exist. Though one of my personal favorites, I like Bridge Constructor. You know, the game where you're building a bridge. See if it can keep the.
Yes, I've got that funny enough on Google Play Pass. I haven't seen that on the UK App Gallery. Is it available in the UK or?
I certainly hope so. So let's see. Here I'm starting up my.
Oh yes, so it is. It's 79p. So there are ones available. Yeah. It's just very hidden, and it's not on the main front page. So there are ones available. Yeah. Would it be, well, in that case, could it be put more front and center? Because I've not seen any apps via the UI which actually have premium ones, and even looking through the categories of games, that doesn't show unless if you specifically search for a premium one. So there's no discoverability in the UK for those. So that's actually a shock. You've half answered it, but why isn't it visible?
Yes, we do need to bring up a bit more of this. I have just yesterday I was discussing with one of the very top premium game developers, and we are doing a plan to really lift that up to give it a lot of visibility. So they do exist. You're probably right. We should lift them up more and give them better visibility than they currently have. And there are more of these apps coming, of course. Your second question is about automatic updates. One thing about this is, of course, more and more of those apps are coming into App Gallery. That's one of my main pitches to these guys, is that, hey, your app already works, but it's slightly inconvenient for the user to install and keep it up to date, since it's not on our App Gallery. Since it already works, why don't you put it on the App Gallery? Everyone wins. That said, of course, we are also working on getting these third-party things to be as smooth as possible, but all of that is not in our hands. It is, as you say, a third-party software, and it's not developed by us. So I'm afraid I can't really give a very solid answer on what the third parties are going to do. Does it answer the question?
Yeah, no, that as I said, like I will say as feedback, because I was speaking to my HONOR UK rep this morning, and they didn't have any idea about the premium games being available. They didn't say, "Oh, yes, it is." So this is a very well kept secret, that you have to know what the apps are in order to search for them, which is the opposite of discoverability. So I would definitely say to your teams to put a premium app section on the App Gallery, because that would solve that immediately. And I'm sure if a power user like myself, as I said, who's been using on the phones for a while, can't find them, then you're not going to get many other people finding them by accident. Yep. So I would say that. As for Petal Search, yes, I understand that it's hard to get more automated, but it does automatically tell you when they are downloadable. Maybe, I don't know, maybe a way of getting it so you don't need to click install. Once you've clicked the update button, that gives permission to Petal Search just to install them without having to say it twice, because it gets to that stage. If you it does all the rest for you, doesn't it? Petal Search, it goes to the third party site, it downloads the APK, it goes to the install screen, but it then has to ask you for permission to install it. But if we've already give you permission to do it, if there's an option in Petal Search saying, please do not ask me to install, surely that would actually solve it, because you do everything else. It's not reliant on third parties, because your system, your petal search system downloads everything for you. It's just the install bit which you have to be physically present for, which I'm sure, if you, as I said, if you had a permission, would just do so.
Yeah. Thank you. I think this is good feedback, and I'll take it to the App Gallery team. And all of you go play Bridge Constructor, which is a great game.
It is, especially if anyone's got a Steam Bridge Constructor Portal is one of the better versions of it too.
Great. So thanks, Tobit, for the suggestion. So you also gave us a good idea for the next live stream. We will be inviting our App Gallery team and Petal Search responsible. Okay, then do we have anyone else from the UK team that wants to discuss with our experts?
I could ask a question if you don't mind.
Sure. Go ahead.
So you've kind of touched on this a little bit, but my main thing is, do you reach out to all the banking institutions that haven't got onto the App Gallery to push them onto it? Because there are quite a few. There's some big banks already on there, and that's great, but there are some banks which I might happen to be with that aren't on App Gallery, and that's obviously an issue for moving fully onto the HMS core.
So absolutely is the answer. Absolutely, we are in each country. Our BD teams or business development guys are in contact with the top banks, and a lot of them are on board. We have some countries are at 100%. I know basically all Norwegian banks are in there. All Turkish banks are in there. Big banks like there's Société Générale in France, and Sparkasse Erste Bank in Austria, and across the region, some of the Italy's biggest banks are on there, I think. But in other countries there are still missing. My personal bank, it works, but it's not yet on App Gallery, and I think it's next week. I'm speaking with my personal bank again
to watch this space sort of thing, I guess.
We'll watch this space. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Cool. Thanks.
Okay. Thanks, Aska, also for your question. Does anyone have any other questions? We have few minutes left.
Excuse me, can I from Italy?
Sure. Hello, Mattia.
Thank you. Hi, I'm Mattia. I have a question about the wearable, for example, because at the moment I've seen that many people that has a smartphone of other brands, but which are buying HUAWEI or HONOR wearables, are having some problems with a correct communication between the two. For example, some limitation on the watch faces and similar. It is a problem due to the HMS, which is not completely compatible when installing HMS core on other phones, or there is some other problem behind.
I can't really tell myself. Randy?
Sorry, actually, I'm a little confused about your question. Can you explain more about it?
Yes, okay. I've seen that many people which have a smartphone of other brand at the moment have some problems on the communication between the HONOR or HUAWEI smartwatch and the phone. Also installing HMS core and App Health to have the binding between the phone and the smartwatch. This is a problem due to HMS core installed on other phones, or there is other problems because they cannot fully use the smartphone. I'm reading a lot of problems of this.
I will try to answer your question. So actually, lots of HMS core kits like ML kit, Sync kit, Scan kit can support on other devices, not only for Huawei devices, but also can be used on other devices. And those devices may install HMS Core APK in their devices and use the HMS Core kits and solve some problems maybe you mentioned above.
Okay, so it's not something I have proved by myself because I have an Honor phone. So I try to say the same answer on at the people who I see that have this kind of problem with their phone. So I say to install HMS Core and Health, and it will be working all right. Is this the solution? Let's say.
Sorry.
I try to repeat. Okay. So when I have a smartphone and a smartwatch by Huawei, no problem, of course. But I've seen that many guys who have a smartphone, maybe, I don't know, of Samsung or other brands, and they try to use Health to use a smartwatch by Huawei or Honor.
Do you want me to make it a bit easier to understand for the people? Basically,
yes.
On iOS, for example, the Health app does not have the functionality of bringing music across the Magic Watch 2. There are quite a few little features which work great on the actual HMS systems, but do not translate very well. They require Magic UI or EMUI for the full suite of options to work. I have a GS Pro, and if I sync it to my partner's iPhone, I can't put music across, and it doesn't like the services for the SPO2, for example. It just doesn't seem to exist. Is there any plans to actually make that a bit more seamless for people so they can use their watches fully with especially iOS?
If we just talking about the Health Kit in HMS Core, actually we have the API in Health Kit, and the API can help our developers to transfer some health data from your Huawei smartwatch to iOS. So if we're just talking about Health Kit, we have already support this capability. But maybe in other cases, we will keep developing some similar APIs to support iOS better in the future.
Okay, we have just two other questions before we close. One is from Germany and one is from France. We can start. Yeah.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, it's an honor to be here today. Thank you. I'm Sunshine Superman from the German community, and I'm also quite happy to have discovered Huawei in Honor, of course. And I think at this moment, well, basically all the questions I had have been answered already. So I guess this is going to be just more some sort of feedback, if that's all right. So I'm really happy with HMS so far. And I think the number of apps available on HMS will be growing exponentially in future also. Like even now, you can basically install any, or at least most apps as third-party installation, and they will run quite smoothly, like Netflix, for example, like you told us about. And I was quite intrigued to find out more about how you are going to be integrating the Huawei OnePlus 8 Plus N software and hardware capabilities, and also open them to developers like the High AI and especially like the AR and VR engines. So I'm really looking forward to those developments. That's just what I wanted to say. Thank you.
Thanks also to you. The last question is from Matis.
I am Matis from Honor Friends community, and I have one question. Does Honor Huawei intend to create a service to replace or compete with each service offered by Google, or will it leave some service to other companies like Microsoft or big companies?
So basically, the Google Play services, Google Mobile Services, we for the whole list of those, we have Huawei equivalents. But that does not mean that we are not supporting other third parties. So, for instance, there are PushKit. If we have a push service, you have Google has its own. We have our own. But then there are also a long list of third parties that push services, and many of those already support us, and more are coming in all the time. So you mentioned Microsoft. Microsoft does have a push service. I don't remember straight off if they already support us or if it's ongoing.
Thanks.
Anything to add, Randy?
Actually, in HMS version 4, we focus on help developers make their apps run successfully on Huawei devices without GMS. So maybe our related kits have similar functions with GMS, but with the release of HMS Core version 5, we open more capabilities, and some of them are not provided by Google. So maybe that's our advantages. And these capabilities can help developers build their apps better. And we may focus more on developers' needs, but not just competing with Google or Microsoft or some other big companies. So we just want to serve our developers better.
Okay. Thanks.
Okay, since we're running out of time, it's 7 p.m. So the live stream was very fast. So guys, if you don't have any more questions, we close here. So thanks so much, everyone, for joining, for your question, for the enthusiasm. The discussion was very interactive, so we hope really to have the chance to talk soon. We got some interesting topic for the future. We hope most of your questions got answered today. As mentioned before, we will make our best also to answer to the other question via our community in the next days. A big thanks goes to our expert, Randy and Turf. Thanks so much for taking the time to join the event. So I wish everyone a nice evening, happy Halloween. And yeah, we have lots of initiative on the Honor community. So please check it out. Join and show your creativity, and yeah, we look forward to see you everyone soon online.
Thank you. It was great call. Thank you. All of you.
Oh, sorry.
I have a question. Excuse me.
Okay.
Does Immuni become compatible? Does Immuni compatible with HMS?
If Harmony OS is compatible with HMS.
I will help you. I will help to translate this question because it's very, very country-based. So basically, Immuni is an Italian-based app to track the corona outcome. So basically, it's the same as the corona app developed in Germany. So it's a very country-based.
Yeah.
So that's the question, if the app will be also available in each HMS devices.
I'm not familiar with the specific app that is in use in Italy. In general, that kind of app is very possible to build on our devices. If they have chosen to do so in Italy, unfortunately, I cannot tell because I'm not in contact with the Italian team.
Yeah, so thanks for the last question. Very, very relevant with the current situation, but also very country specific. So thanks so much, everyone. And yeah, wish a very nice evening. Bye-bye.
Have a good evening. Bye-bye.
Ciao.
Bye-bye.
See you. Ciao.
Bye.
Ciao, ciao.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Thank you.